Everybody, I'm back to do another pour with you. So today we're going to do a reverse spiral flower dip, and I'm working with a 12 by 12 canvas. This will be another addition for the gallery wall that I've been working on. And my colors are the Prism Violet, Champagne Gold, Prussian Blue, and then Metallic Cobalt, as well as the Warm Gray. And I don't really want to put the Warm Gray in the flower itself. So I've started by marking my 12 by 12 canvas on the plastic. I've laid down a bed of white paint. And then I think what I'm going to do is just take this Warm Gray, and I'm just going to kind of drop some little drops on the surface of the white, and then I'll just kind of go in and kind of marbleize that a little bit just as a background for it, so that that warm gray is actually represented in the pour. So I'm just going to kind of take my palette knife and just kind of work it through a little bit and get that little color kind of blended into the background a bit. You can tell that my white is pretty thick on the surface. I did this already once and it didn't turn out the way that I had hoped it would. And I think part of that was because my white was not thick enough. So we're going to try this again. So I've got my white ready to go, and then I'm going to start with my Prism Violet and just going to make a spiral on the surface of the white paint. Like so. And then I'm going to come in with the Prussian Blue. And I'm just going to kind of continue to follow my pattern that I've created. And then the Metallic Cobalt. And then we'll finish with the Champagne Gold. And I kind of feel like I want a little bit more of that violet in there, I think. Just in a couple of spots, just to make sure that the purple is represented. And then the last thing I'm going to do, Fiona Art has done some amazing flowers, and this is actually inspired by her. And one of the colors that she uses for her flower centers is Naples Yellow. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that Naples Yellow right here in the center so that we have a pretty little flower center. All right, so next thing we're going to do is take our canvas and we're going to put it face down onto the paint. And as I said, I've done this once before, so I scraped my color out of my white on the surface and off of the canvas. All right, so I don't want to twist this. I want to keep it kind of straight down on the paint if possible. And you can see that it's kind of moving a little bit. And I do want to make sure that I get under here with my finger. In fact, let's see if we can't use this little tongue depressor, because one of my issues last time was that my paint did not make contact all the way around. So I'm just going to use this tongue depressor and make sure that I'm getting all of my edges pushed down. This is a slippery little guy, I tell you. All right. Just make sure that all of that makes contact. And then I'm just going to kind of rub this on the surface of the canvas to make sure that everybody's happy. I can tell that I'm moving that a little bit. Hopefully it's okay. Okay, guys, it's the moment of truth. I'm going to pick this hopefully straight up, and hopefully it lets go of the plastic. Just trying to be really gentle. Come on, little baby, let go. There it goes. All right, you ready? There we go. And I can see that I still did not make contact in a couple of areas, but I think we can fix it. You can definitely see the spiral. I'm not sure that I achieved the flower part. I kind of feel like I want to put a little bit more violet down and dip it one more time. I think that's what we're going to do. Just put a little bit more color down and see if we can't dip it again. And maybe keep my colors a little bit more closer together. Now Fiona's turns out absolutely beautiful from the first get-go, but I'm going to try and put just a little bit more color on here and see what we get. And even my flower center is just barely there, so I'm going to try and make that a little bit bigger. And then I also want to put some of that gold back on there again too. And I probably need to kind of come out just a tiny bit more too. So let's make it just a little bit bigger spiral. All right, we're just going to set this back down again and see what we get. And make sure that I actually make contact with the areas that were not colored before. There we go. I thought I did a very good job of making contact with the color, for pity's sakes. So I'm just going to use my hand. I can totally tell that I'm moving it, but it's kind of hard to keep it still on the paint. I wonder if sometimes you get kind of like an air bubble in there. If that's why I had some areas that were not contacted. All right. Second time's a charm, right? Actually, third time if you count the one that you haven't seen yet. The one that I did before I started recording. Okay, guys, here we go. Well, that's interesting. We totally lost the flower shape, didn't we? But it's still really pretty. It's very interesting. I suppose it could still be a flower. It's kind of like it's down here and going up this way. It's a side view of a flower. But it's very pretty. I love all the cells. I think it's just amazing, the cells that are created with this particular effect. So let me show you a little bit of a close-up. I actually think it's pretty. It is not what I was going for, but it's actually very pretty, and I think I'm going to keep this one. So I think I will, you can see the plastic or the paint that's left over. I will dip some coasters into this because with my first go around that did not work out so well. I dipped a trivet in it. So I'm totally going to dip some coasters in this, and then it'll have a matching set. All right, guys, I'm going to torch this real quick. Let me see if I can do that. Holding it with one hand. Get rid of those bubbles. The bubbles are not very attractive. All right, so there we go. That is a reverse spiral flower dip. Not your usual flower, but as I said, I think it can kind of be like a side view of a flower. It's still a very pretty painting. I love all those cells, and I love, love, love that champagne gold. All right, guys, so that's another completed pour. As I said, this is part of the gallery wall series, so I will put the links to the other videos in the description if you want to check those out as well. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.